Now broadcasting on your favorite podcast platform, it's the Maverick Do It Different podcast with your host, Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire. When you want to step up and dare to be different, when you will dare to be great and live up to your fullest potential, when you are ready to dare to be a maverick and live the life of your dreams, filled with abundance, passion, and joy, then it's time to listen to me, Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire, and the Maverick Do It Different podcast. And welcome. I am Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire, and this is the podcast that you are dying to listen to. And we are here interviewing one of our great authors in our upcoming book. Well, upcoming, depending on when you're listening to this, Be a Success Maverick, Do It Different. How entrepreneurs and just extraordinary people are doing it different to create the results that everyone else seems to want, and yet it may elude them. You want to reach out. Here is volume 2, and our author is going to be in volume 3, hitting the stands any day now, and so excited. We have here with us, well, she's a mom, an entrepreneur, and get this, a certified matchmaker. When you're single, this is the person that you want to reach out to. And guess what? She not only helps single individuals find their perfect match, she also helps the entrepreneur in you build up business so that you and your perfect mate now have abundance going forward, because she works with business professionals who need to succeed, strategizing with them in ways to grow their business, expand their networks, and really how to attract and retain their ideal client. And we all are looking for that. Please welcome to our podcast, Stephanie Massman. It is an absolute pleasure to have you here, and welcome.
Thank you so much, Paul. And this is such an honor to be on this podcast and to be in the book. I am so excited about this. So thank you for that.
This is only the beginning. So you've been on this journey, and you've what sounds like you've blended multiple different passions of yours, if I could use that term, to create just an amazing business model. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so thank you. The company is called BAM Connections, which stands for Business and Matchmaking. The reason I did that is because I personally know what the single entrepreneur is going through. My marriage ended in 2012, and I became single with 2 kids. And so I was trying to grow a business, try to date, try to have, time for family and friends. And, it's not easy. And the dating apps these days, it's just like, it's kind of scary because you don't know who you're going out with, and you know what I mean? And so I understand their mindset, right? And so I thought, you know what? I've been a business kind of consultant and coach for a long time. And so I know basically how to help them build relationships with their clients, maintain relationships, and, and grow their connections. And so I decided, I love love, right? And so I went and got certified as a matchmaker and thought, I'm going to do something really different. I'm going to help the entrepreneur not only find love connections, but also help them find business connections and give them some tools and some and some consulting on how to grow their business. Because one thing I know is when you're an entrepreneur, you also want to attract another kind of entrepreneur, so they're kind of in the same mindset. And so we have a group meeting, and so they're part of a community of single people, and we do masterminding and just a lot of fun things.
Yeah, no question. I remember, and fortunately, I started dating my wife when she was young. And because when we first started dating, I was an entrepreneur, and her family had been in long-term careers their whole life, and that's all she knew. And she looked at me and was like, I was in straight commission sales. She said, "When are you getting a real job?"
Right.
I was like, this is a real job.
Yes.
And now it's 35 years later, and she's figured out this is a real job.
Yeah.
And so, yes, entrepreneurship, you want like-minded people. So your ideal client sounds like obviously entrepreneur and single. What else?
Well, somebody who who is really looking for a long-term relationship, and somebody who is willing to, sometimes when I talk to people and I really dig in deep and find out about past relationships and why they weren't, so they have to be honest with me, because I really want to do my best to find, the right compatible match for them. And if they're not going to be honest with me, I'm not going to be able to help them. So yeah, they're busy professionals. They don't have time to just sit and swipe all day long and go on these dates that go nowhere. So that's my ideal client.
Yeah, the biggest difference and what resonated with what you just said was that these are people that want some real relationship.
Mm-hmm.
They're not looking for the quick hello and goodbye.
Or whatever. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're looking for something substantial. They're looking for something real.
Yeah.
And so that's really key. So you're obviously going at this differently.
Yes.
So many people get into an industry and they think that they're doing something different. You obviously are doing something different. Have you ever thought kind of outside the box? Have you always thought this way, outside the box?
I have always been an out of the box thinker, and I also, because I understand what these people are going through, when I actually hired a matchmaker back in the day, and I spent thousands of dollars, and it was, to me, there's some matchmakers that are really good out there, but for the most part, I didn't get what I paid for. And so I wanted to make it affordable for everybody that I work with, and make it more valuable, because I help them also with their business, and connect them with business professionals that could be a good power partner for them, or a good prospect, and then teach them how to build that relationship with them.
It's so interesting in so many of our interviews, and I talk to entrepreneurs all the time. The view is that so many people in their industry, and this applies to multiple industries, so many people in their industry are there to get the quick buck, are there to do kind of a half-ass service, are there to just kind of get done the bare minimum and move on. And you're obviously different. What is it? What could you tell the audience now and the people listening in that are evaluating you? Maybe they want to work with you in the future. What is it that you could tell them to express, why, how you're different than all those other people out there, that they want to wrap us all into the same people, into the same space, if you will?
Okay. Well, one of the things I do, a few things. I do tons and tons of networking, right? And so when I network, instead of saying, this is who I am and what I do, I'll say, I have a client. He's Jewish, successful, 61, you know what I mean? So I am literally telling everybody out there who have successful friends, and then they interview with me before I would even set up the interview, number one. And number two, a lot of business coaches teach marketing, and marketing is super important, but they don't always teach how to grow your business through the connections you already do have, and how to, yep. You know what I mean, right, Paul?
Yeah. And I experienced the same thing, that so many people, it's so easy to go, oh yeah, I'm going to do an online funnel and online marketing and all this. Only the reality is that every successful business I know does both, online and offline.
Yep.
And unless you're proficient at both, you're going to be missing the boat. There's going to be an Achilles heel that is going to take you down or prevent you from growing. And it sounds like you're an expert at the connectivity, which really speaks highly for both matchmaking and entrepreneurship.
Yes, I actually call myself the Chief Connection Officer. So, yeah, because again, like you were saying, all these people, what they'll do is they'll network, they'll meet all these people, and then they've already made the connection, right? And then they don't know how to follow up. They do it once or twice. So I help them show them strategies on how to do it more effectively, right? And how to stay top of mind, and how to be a rock star to your clients.
That's awesome. Yeah, so valuable. And so for all of you, reach out to Stephanie for that component alone. It is one of the most valuable pieces in business and one of the things that's missed all the time. I see it regularly. So you're in our Be a Success Maverick book. You wrote your chapter already. What is a great takeaway for those that have not read it yet that you want to tell them, oh, that's why you want to read it? What's the takeaway that you would offer?
Well, first of all, it's, I've been wanting to be an author in a book for a long time. So just the whole experience of writing the book and writing the chapter, it really made me stop and think about, I really now know that I was meant to do this. All of everything in my experience and all of my journey, I really believe I am so qualified, and it is my dream and my honor to help people who are struggling the way I did. And the idea of finding their love partners and their business partners, to me, that's what drives me.
That's really neat. And so they definitely want to read your chapter and connect with you in that way. With all that you're doing and you're in process with so much growth right now, what's your next chapter?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know yet. My next chapter is just continuing to grow my business and making more matches.
Making more matches.
Yeah.
Of course, matches everywhere, and looking forward to seeing who your next match is.
Yes.
We've got some quick lightning round, if you will, some components as to share with them about who you are. So are you ready?
Sure.
The book you would highly recommend for others to read.
Okay. I think I would say How to Win Friends and Influence People.
How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie.
Yep.
Awesome.
Great book.
How long ago did you get introduced to that book?
I got introduced to that book probably when I was, maybe 19 or 20, a long time ago. And then I read it sporadically. It's one of those books that you have to keep reading over and over, because every time you grow and develop, when you read it the next time, it means something different to you.
I find that so true with so many of the great books.
Yeah.
And even with what I train on and what I've experienced in passing on knowledge, is that we take away what we're ready to take away. We apply what we're ready to apply, and the rest kind of sits there. And so we want to go back over and over again to really grab hold of all the nuggets.
Yeah. As you grow, it's really cool when you read the book again. You're like, wow, and you just see it in a different light, and it's great. So
yeah, it's always funny how did they put that page in there?
And I didn't get it. Yeah.
The whole time. Exactly. Where did that page come from?
Exactly.
Yeah, new things pop up, don't they?
Uh-huh.
So your favorite movie?
Oh boy. Okay. I don't know if I would say it's my favorite movie, but a movie that I think is really funny and I've seen a lot of times is Joe Dirt.
Oh my. All right. Well, that says volumes.
I know, right?
Wait a second. So what is I don't know whether I should ask this. What's your favorite scene in the movie?
Oh God. That's
Not your favorite, just any scene that comes to mind.
Yeah, let me get back to you on that. I think the scene at the carnival, and then he thinks the girl is his sister.
Oh my!
If you remember that scene, it's pretty funny.
Yeah. If you have not seen the movie, it's a really oddball movie.
Yeah,
but,
it is totally.
Whole hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So just take one Saturday afternoon and just watch it for fun.
Yeah.
Favorite singer and band?
I would say ABBA.
ABBA.
Yeah, I like ABBA. I just like all their songs. They make me happy.
brings me back.
Yes.
So, your biggest passion?
Yes, I think you know by now my biggest passion and what I want my legacy to be is I want people at the end, to say, wow, if it wasn't for Stephanie, I wouldn't have met my love, or my business wouldn't have grown, or I wouldn't have met this connection. And I just, like even during the pandemic, I ran networking groups online for free just because I wanted people to stay connected. It was a scary time and I'm just all about connection. So
that's so neat.
yeah.
Yeah, on the business level, on the matchmaking level, you've got to stay connected with people.
Yes.
We did a ton of deep dive with our mastermind group during the COVID challenge, I call it, and to make sure that we were connected human to human.
Yeah.
And you bring it to a whole nother level and make sure that love connection is there. That's so special.
Thanks.
Very cool. I thank you so much for this, and I really appreciate it. And we've got listeners all around the country and actually around the world that are listening to this, watching this. What are some words of wisdom from your success, from your life, that you would share with them that you just think that's it?
I guess what I would say is, life really is short. You never know, what you have. And so it really is it's about the connections that you make. And if you have people in your life, that you don't have a good try. I don't know. I just feel that there's just too many people in this world that are so disconnected, and they're so in online and doing so much stuff. It's about the human connection. And I wish people would be more heart to heart with each other and authentic and real with each other.
How would we, and I'm going to continue this to bring it one step further. How, if someone is saying yes, what do they need to do to bring that more profoundly into their life, to make that happen?
Say yes to what?
When they say yes, I believe I need to do more connections. I need to be more heartfelt. I need to be more authentic. What does that look like? What should they be doing? How could they shift in that space more profoundly?
Well, to me, it's all about being vulnerable, right? And letting people into your heart. And also, doing as much like networking, like real life networking, but I do feel that it is, I think a lot of people, and especially the people that I work with, they're not authentic, especially at the beginning of a relationship, whether it's business or whether it's love, right? So they're not, they try to act the way they think the other person wants them to act, right? And they're not being their true selves. And if they were their true selves from the very beginning and they built a real authentic relationship from the beginning, again, in both business and life, and that's just the way it is. Because if you're not going to be yourself from the very beginning, it could really kick you in the butt later down the line.
Do you find that a lot of your clients that come to you, that's one of the challenges, that the reason why they haven't found their true love is that they stumble on that component?
Yes, that's one of the reasons. And another reason is they tend to they get into the same kind of relationship over and over and over again, and they don't learn from them. And a lot of times people think, like, for example, if they were raised in a household where there was like screaming and yelling and everything like that, that's what they relate to as what love is, And so, it's just about, and again, a lot of people at the beginning, if they meet somebody, especially a guy they really like, oh, he likes this and this, and and so they try to act that way. And then after a few months, they let down their guard, and then the guy's like, that's not the person, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it happens on both sides. It's not just the women who are doing it, not just the men. It's both sides that do that. And it's true in business relationships as well, that authenticity of being vulnerable, of showing up with your true colors from day one, and understanding that it's a long-term relationship and a long-term process.
Yeah. And I don't think you have to be so perfect all the time. People want, just be yourself, don't always feel like you have to be so prepared, because sometimes it makes you look almost like a robot, like I just feel like just be raw.
Now here, I got to ask, what if you are perfect? I'm just saying.
I know you are perfect.
Now, what are you to do? What are you to do? Yeah,
that is your authentic self being perfect, right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, it's so fascinating because if we just pull back the curtain, and it's one of the things that really propelled me early on is there was a point in time where I realized that I was putting up all these facades.
Yep.
And I really crumbled. I had a breakthrough and a breakdown.
Yep.
And in that breakthrough really propelled to the world that I now have. And such an important thing. Do you work with your clients in moving them through that process of helping them really be authentic when they go on those first meetings, if you will, however that looks like? Yeah,
I do. So, again, we just, and we don't take everybody, by the way, we work with people who we believe that would be a good match on both ends. So even us with each other, I want to make sure that we're a good match to work together. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So.
Oh man, I wish you all the greatest success. Thank you so much for being part of the Maverick community and being a part of this podcast and being a part of our great book. And so excited to bring all the authors together and to launch this. We've got some great co-authors in the book as well. So absolutely get your copy.
And thank you for making one of my dreams come true about being in a book. So I really, I can't
wait. It is what we do here. Awesome.
Yes, I can't. You guys you're awesome. And Maverick, Paul, Drew, everybody. Like, you guys are all really awesome. So, and I'm really honored to be a part of all of this. So we really appreciate it. Thank you, Paul.
It's only the beginning. We have so much more. Thank you so much. This has been just a great episode of Do It Different podcast. My name is Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire, and this is where we dare to do it different so that you can create so much more in your world. Thank you so much. We'll see you real soon. And I almost forgot. I was signing off and forgot to tell them, you want to contact Stephanie Massman. All her contact information is right here. You absolutely want to reach out and grab hold, find her, connect with her on so many different levels. There's so much to be doing together. So with that in mind, this is Paul Finck. This is the Maverick Universe, the Maverick Do It Different podcast. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Paul Finck. That's me, the Maverick Millionaire, and the Maverick Do It Different podcast. You can listen to us anytime, 24/7 on your podcast listening platform of choice. Introduce us to your friends, give us 5-star rating and subscribe, and share us across all your social media platforms to anyone that could really utilize this message right now. Till next time, everyone.